With all the talk about learning management systems, LMSs, and authoring tools like Articulate 360, Rise, Captivate, iSpring, and the like, there appears to be a greater emphasis on presentation rather than purpose and/or content. When I was coming up in the field of training and development, educational programs were carefully planned down to the meals and snacks served during the training event. Now I'm dating myself. But before you think about the way that the program looks, feels, or even what it contains, you have to think about how it will be developed. To do this, you have to know what type of model to use to ensure that the program is sound. In learning and development, a training model is a framework or a process that guides the design, delivery, and evaluation of learning activities. It helps to ensure that the learning objectives are aligned with organizational goals, that the learning methods are appropriate and effective, and that the learning outcomes are measured and improved. A training model is important because it provides a clear and consistent structure for the learning and development function, and it enhances the quality and impact of the learning interventions. Some examples of training models are ADDIE, Kirkpatrick, 70-20-10, etc. Training models are used to develop training by providing a framework for designing and delivering effective training programs. They help organizations create structured and comprehensive training programs that are tailored to meet specific learning objectives. Training models typically include several stages, such as needs assessment or needs analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation. These stages help ensure that the training program is effective and meets the needs of the learners. For instance, if an organization wants to train its employees on a new software application, it would first conduct a needs assessment to identify the specific skills and knowledge required for using the software. Based on this assessment, the organization would then design and develop a training program that includes instructional materials such as videos, manuals, and interactive exercises. The training program would then be implemented using a delivery model such as face-to-face instructor-led training or e-learning. Finally, the effectiveness of the training program would be evaluated to determine if it met the learning objectives. If you're new here, my name is Jennifer Mitchell Early. I help individuals and teams achieve organizational and personal success by providing customized training, resources, tips, and tools to help you pursue purpose and accomplish your goals. If you're looking to grow and evolve personally and professionally, be sure to subscribe and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload new content. Today, we're talking about training models and how to determine which one to use. You may have heard training model used synonymously with design cycle. However, in the context of learning and development, a training model refers to the process of creating instructional material for different training needs. On the other hand, a design cycle refers to the process of designing and developing a training program. However, in my experience, these terms have been used interchangeably to describe the stages such as analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation that ensure that the training program is designed and developed in a structured and comprehensive manner. So we'll use those terms interchangeably as well. Some of the most popular training models include ADDIE. This model is a systematic approach to instructional design that consists of 5 phases: analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation. Kirkpatrick. This model is used to evaluate the effectiveness of training programs. It consists of 4 levels: reaction, learning, behavior, and results. Bloom's taxonomy. This model is used to classify learning objectives into different levels of complexity and specificity. It consists of 6 levels: remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. SAM. This model is a rapid instructional design model that consists of 3 phases: preparation, iterative, design, and development. Merrill's principles of instruction. This model is based on the idea that learning is promoted when learners are engaged in solving real-world problems. 70-20-10. This model emphasizes the importance of experiential and social learning in addition to formal training. It suggests that 70% of learning occurs through on-the-job experiences and challenges, 20% through interactions and feedback from others, and 10% through structured courses and programs. The 70-20-10 model encourages you to create a blended and holistic learning environment for your participants where they can learn from a variety of sources and situations and apply their learning to their work. Gagne's 9 events of instruction. This model outlines the key elements of effective instruction based on the principles of cognitive psychology and learning theory. It consists of 9 steps that aim to capture and maintain the learner's attention, activate their prior knowledge, present new information, guide their practice and feedback, and enhance their retention and transfer. The 9 steps are: gain attention, inform objectives, stimulate recall, present content, provide guidance, elicit performance, provide feedback, assess performance, and enhance retention. Gagne's 9 events of instruction helps you to design engaging and meaningful learning experiences for your learners. And Kolb's experiential learning cycle. This model describes how people learn from their experiences through a cycle of 4 stages: concrete experience, reflective observation, abstract conceptualization, and active experimentation. Each stage involves a different mode of learning, from doing and feeling, to watching and thinking, to analyzing and planning, to try and testing. Kolb's experiential learning cycle helps you facilitate and support your participants' learning process by providing them with opportunities to experience, reflect, conceptualize, and experiment with new knowledge and skills. To choose a training model, you need to consider several factors such as the learning objectives, the target audience, the available resources, the time frame, the evaluation criteria, and so forth. Different training models have different strengths and weaknesses, and they may suit different types of learning interventions. For example, ADDIE is a linear and systematic model that follows 5 phases: analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation. It's useful for creating structured and standardized learning programs. However, it may not be flexible enough to accommodate changes or feedback during the process. Kirkpatrick is a model that focuses on evaluating the effectiveness of training based on 4 levels: reaction, learning, behavior, and results. It's useful for measuring the impact and return on investment of training. However, it may not provide enough guidance on how to design and deliver the training. 70-20-10 is a model that suggests that 70% of learning comes from on-the-job experiences, 20% from social interactions and feedback, and 10% from formal training. It's useful for creating a holistic and learner-centered approach to learning and development. However, it may not be easy to implement or quantify in practice and may not be appropriate for new hire training, those without on-the-job experiences. Choosing a design cycle can be a complex process depending on the factors previously mentioned, as well as the organization's goal, resources, and culture. Here are some general steps that you can follow to choose a design cycle. Identify your client organization's goals. Before choosing a design cycle, it's important to identify your clients' or organization's goals and objectives. This will help you determine the type of design cycle that is best suited for the project. Assess your resources. Design cycles can vary in terms of the resources required to implement them. Therefore, it's important to assess your resources such as time, budget, and personnel before choosing a design cycle. Consider the organization's culture. The design cycle you choose should align with the organization's culture and values. For instance, if your client or organization values creativity and innovation, you may want to choose a design cycle that emphasizes experimentation and risk-taking. Research different design cycles. There are several design cycles available that we've already talked about, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. Research different design cycles to determine which one is best suited for you. And test the design cycle. Once you have chosen a design cycle, test it. This will help you identify any issues or challenges that may arise during implementation. It's important to note that choosing a design cycle is not a one-time process. It's not a one and done. As you evolve and change, your organization evolves or changes, or your client, you may need to reevaluate your design cycle and make adjustments as necessary. I'm a Longevin Learning Services certified instructional designer, developer, and I have used the Longevin Learning Services design cycle for most of my career. And that design cycle is very similar to ADDIE. And I've also implemented features from these other models and cycles that we discussed. After 25 years, I've added, taken away, and tweaked models based on learner needs, client objectives, and constraints, and what will support and encourage a holistic learning environment that will ensure the transfer of training. I am big on adding creative, innovative, and experiential components designed to engage adult learners and provide them the opportunity to contribute to the learning experience. Having a model or a template is great, but it's important to do your homework as an instructional designer, facilitator, or trainer so that you will better understand what's required of you and by you in order to have a successful program. Unfortunately, you won't always be afforded the time or resources to apply a particular model, and you have to know what shortcuts can be taken without compromising the integrity of the training program. If you liked this video and found it valuable, go ahead and hit the like button, please. Share it with someone you think will benefit from it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.